Thank you for taking a look at my demo. I'm with Skytech. This is a 3D model. And this uses green technology that is non-polluting. This is from the BNSF on Kenzie Avenue going to the Norfolk Southern ramp, which is roughly 5 miles away. This is a crosstown, and as you see, it goes on the tracks, goes above the tracks, which means I have cheaper right-of-ways to do it. Doesn't cost any money, and this is going into a yard, and if you look at the yard, you can see that there's no roads in there. It's easier to stack that way, and it adds capacity to the railroad yards, and this is also feasible for the ports. I used to do crosstowns. It also has a return of investment. What we're really looking for is some capital for engineering and prototypes and patents. So as you can see, it loads. There's other cranes in the background. Now on top you can put semis, which we have electricity going to them, so you can have heat and air conditioning. You could put just a container on there, or the railroads don't like to move trains for less than 500 miles or more. So St. Louis, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, and St. Paul, Minnesota all could be hooked with this. Now, as you can see on the top side, we have the truck on the platform, but we could also run passenger trains. Now this isn't quite true to form because the platforms would actually go down on the ground, so the trains would actually, the cars could run straight through, not stop. So that way we could also put high-speed trains on there that could make it to St. Louis, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, and Minneapolis, along with freight. Now freight pays the way. Freight does the pays for all the movements and all the building of this capability. But we need money to build prototypes and other such things. Now you'll see in the background, you'll see a crane coming up, and it's going to load it on this truck, which already has a container, but I only had so much money to get so much done. But you can see by stacking the containers that way, you add more space. Now this crane can rotate 360 degrees and do what it needs to do, okay? In just a second it's going to move. There's it spinning, so if the truck is a little out of position, we can still match up the crane to the truck. Now this runs on 220. I have letters from NASA saying that this is cutting edge technology. I also presented in Sacramento at the Joint Houses. Sorry for that. Now this is a port. There's the yard, and you can see that we have what I call the track, or the straightaway. The straightaway is going, the container comes down, and it gets put on a platform, and it goes to the ship. ship can load it, and it could also unload a container at the same time and then move it into the yards. So it's very versatile. Costs $40,000 at some ports for ships to sit there. And this all has return of investment because the crosstowns cost the people money to move the containers to another railroad. Normally, if it goes by train, it's 2 days. With this system, it would be a half an hour. Now, you could also load this because all ports are like a funnel. All the trucks push towards one location. So it's trucks going in. The 710 highway is famous for all the trucks. And this would alleviate the trucks on the 710 because you could push them right to the ship off the railroad or to the railroad with this system. Like I said, we had a study that we did between the BN Santa Fe at Kenzie Avenue in Chicago to the Norfolk Southern Railroad on 47th Street. It was roughly 5 miles. It cost somewhere around $350 million to build it, but it had a return of 3 years. So if you would like to donate, or you know somebody like Warren Buffett, who's a major stockholder in the BN Santa Fe, or Branson, or Mr. Bill Gates, if you can get me in contact with them, I'd appreciate it. If you want to donate some money, my email is bdahnke, DAHNKE, at Comcast.net. My phone number is 630-202-1189. So we'll also put up, my address is Skytech 363 North Maple Avenue, Wooddale, Illinois. And if you make donations, please put them in Bruce Dahnke's name or Skytech Development Corporation. Thank you for your time, and write your congressman, because this will create millions of jobs around the country. We have plenty of ports to put this at. We can build it in Chicago, which would create all sorts of jobs. And we can also, once it's built and it's paid for by the crosstowns and demurrage, it'll pay for itself. No tax revenue. The only money we need from the government is to try and get this going. I've also given it to Lipinski. He's a congressman in the Chicago area. I haven't heard a word back. I've also met with a lot of other people, and they kind of are surprised it has a return on investment, and it's like they don't know what to do if we can't use our tax money. So thank you for your time. If you have any questions, I have a lot more information available. Send me an email. Again, my email is bdahnke@comcast.net. I have letters of support from major shippers and manufacturers. I presented this in Sacramento a few years ago at the joint houses. The only thing they had to say is this is Buck Rogers, game changing, and that I may be ahead of the curve on the technology and the idea. So we need to build it now, because the population is gonna, by 2030, is gonna double. That means double cars, double trucks, and if we can take 10,000 trucks off the street of Chicago, that would reduce congestion and make the roads more acceptable to the truckies that need the roads, not just doing crosstowns between East and West Coast railroads. So again, thank you for your time. Again, my email is bdahnke, DAHNKE, @comcast.net. My phone number is 202-1189. If you'd like a copy of this, send me an email. I'll give you a location where you can download it. Thanks again.